streaming the lecture onto YouTube as well. So it will be simulcast onto YouTube. There is about a 30-second delay, is what I gathered yesterday, on the YouTube feed. But 30 seconds is better than missing the whole thing. The only thing is I don't really monitor the YouTube feed. So if you have a question during the lecture, just shoot me a text, and then I'll get to you. Okay. But do know that you have two options to go back and rewatch it. You can go back and watch it on YouTube, or you can go to the Canvases and watch it on Canvas. All right. With that being said, good morning, Gavin. It is good to see you. Dylan, what's wrong? Okay, you're going to relog in. All right. Can everybody see the screen and everybody can hear me? Let me just get a quick technology check. And we are good. All right. So, I have gotten to, I think, most of you in terms of the verbal assessment from test 4. If I haven't gotten to you, you better reach out, because my time of hunting people down is about over. I've called several people several times, and honestly, I don't want to say I don't care, but I don't care. I'm not going to keep calling, trying to get people to do it. So that is what it is. If you have not turned in your scratch paper to me, you are dangerously close to having me not take it and you get a 0. So if you haven't turned in the scratch paper, know that you don't get credit for any answer that you don't have appropriate work detailed. And if you don't send any work, your ass is getting a 0. There, I said it. So there you go. That's it. All right. So let's get on to what we're talking about today.
Wait, Mr. Dryer?
Yes, baby.
Why did it show 2 grades in the grade book? Like it said test 4, and I think it said test 4 final.
So test 4 is eventually going to go away, and then test 4 final will be the final grade, the test 4 grade. So test 4, the online portion, was based out of 80 points, and I don't have any way to go in there and change that. So I attached the other 20 points comes from the verbal assessment, and then that's why you'll see 2 grades in there. But eventually test 4 will go away, and it'll just be the test 4 final that's left over. I hope that makes sense. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Here we go. All right. So let's start with this. As we start today, we're going to talk about square roots today in all kinds of different forms. Let's just ask, and I assume everybody knows what this is. Square root of 49 is what?
7.
It is 7. All right. And we say it's 7 because um, give me a second. I'm trying to get to the live feed here. If I could figure out how to shoot the thing onto my TV, it would probably work better. I think that requires. Oh, shit. That was out loud too. All right. Mark, good question. I am going today to pick up test 3. So I got approval last night to go to campus today. So I will go today and get them, and then when I get them, I'll put them in pretty quick after that. We good? No problem. Glad I could help. All right. So square root of 49 is 7. And we say this because 7 times 7 is 49. And so, when you see this square root symbol, what you're asking is what number times itself gives you 49. Your calculator tends to do this for you. If we were in class, you generally would have a non-calculator portion. At home, I guess I don't have a whole lot of options on that. And so, let's just go here. Let's go square root 100. Let's go square root of 36 over 121. Let's go negative square root (81). And let's go square root of negative 16. Let's try those 4. Let's try those 4. All right. I'll be right back. Let me go get some more ice. All right, if you're done, can you just respond done? All right, good. So let's ask this. If you think you got all four, respond me. All right. So Logan, you'll be the first up. Go. What's A? A is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So A is 10. What's B? B is 6 over 11. Very good. What is C? C is negative 9. Very good. What is D? D is undefined. Okay. D is undefined. Now, why is D undefined? The first one's, I mean, this one may be, B may be a little bit of a challenge. To do B, which you typically need to do is the square root of 36 over the square root of 121. Square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 121 is 11. All right. Square root of 81 is 9. Then the negative sign applies. Okay. Then the negative sign applies afterwards. This one's undefined because there is no number times itself that will turn out to be a negative number. You see positive times positive is positive, and negative times negative is positive. So there is no number times itself. Now, later on, we'll get into imaginary numbers. And when we do that, when we deal with imaginary numbers, you'll get, when we deal with imaginary numbers, we'll get into dealing with the square root of negative 16, but that's not now. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? All right. Let's go here. Let's go square root of 17 squared. Let's go cube root negative 64. Let's go fifth root of 5 to the fifth. All right. If you think you got all three, signify by saying me. That's what I'm talking about, Gavin. Leela's got 2 out of 3. Leela, which one do you not have? Well, let's see what Gavin's got. Gavin. Oh, wait, hold on, Tori. Okay, so Tori, you're the same as Leela? Okay. All right, that's cool. Let's see. Let's see, Gavin. Take it away, Gavin. What'd you get free? E is 17. Now, here's the question. Okay, we'll talk about this in a second. So we're gonna come back to it. All right, Gavin, what'd you get for F? F is -4. Very good. What'd you get for G? G is 5. Okay. So E and G are very similar. Okay. The question is to do E, did you do option 1, which is 17 times 17? 17 times 17 is 289. Did you do square root of 289 and then go 17? Or did you just take the square root and the square and say, well, these are inverses and cancel them and call it 17? Gavin, which one did you do? Option 1 or option 2? You just canceled? Tori, what did you do? So I guess here's the question. Can you always just cancel like that? Can you always just do that? Mark, you say no? Tori, what do you say? And I think an appropriate response would be, I hope. I hope you can, right? Like, if you can just cancel, that's pretty nice right there. And then the question becomes, can you always do that? And if you say the answer is no, then I need an example of when you wouldn't be able to do that. All right. So, but let's talk about what's the cube root. So notice that if this is an odd index, the negative doesn't affect it as much. If this is an odd index, the negative doesn't affect it. -4 times -4 times -4 is -64. Okay. Now, here's the question. When would these not just cancel? When would they not just cancel? What would this have to be? Can you just subtract it? Logan, I'm not sure I know what that means. If they're the same, then you can just cancel them off and call it 17. But that's the question we're asking. Can we do that every single time? And the answer is you can do it a lot of times, but not every time. Okay? You can do it a lot of times, but not every time. Let me show you an example. Let's go here. Let's go. HIG. J. Go. All right. When you're done, say done. I feel you, Delin. I've been there a time or two, actually. I know sometimes people think I haven't been, but I've been there. Mark, I was all set to give you the reins right here, Mark. I was ready to let you drive the Ferrari, man. Don't make me give the keys to the Ferrari to Ty, Mark. Ty's not ready for that. I'm sure you will, Logan. Drive that bitch like you stole it, huh? Hey, Mark, am I to assume you don't have all three? All right. Oh, wait. We're getting a response from Mark. Oh, just kidding. All right, Ty, let's go. You got all three, Ty? Well, dang, Ty, I'm trying to give you the keys to the car, Ty. All right, Shelby, Shelby, don't wreck it. Here we go. Shelby, what'd you get for H?
Okay, my dog won't move off the keyboard, but I literally just canceled everything.
So you got -4, -6, -9?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Shelby. What's -4 squared? I mean, if I just forget the problem, I'm covering it up like I was doing you some good. Forget the problem. Um, what's -4 squared? -4 times -4 is what?
16.
What's the square root of 16?
4.
So what should this one be?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
That could be a song, Shelby.
No.
H,
Uh,
the answer is 4. H, the answer is 4. Negative 4 squared is positive 16. The square root of positive 16 is 4. Now, this one is negative 6 because negative 6 to the third is negative 6 times negative 6 times negative 6. That's negative 216. And if you take the cube root of negative 216, you do get negative 6. If you do negative 9 to the fourth, negative 9 times negative 9 times negative 9 times negative 9, this is 81. This is negative 729. And this is whatever you get, but it's a positive number. Right?
Sure.
I think it's 65, 61, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. And then if you take the fourth root of that, you're taking the fourth root of a positive number, yes? So this turns out positive. So if you remember, I asked you, when would you not get the number that's in the inside? And the answer is if you have a negative number being raised to an even power, then the answer turns out positive. If you have a negative number being raised to an even power, it turns out positive. Okay, that's the rule. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, go ahead, Leela. Look at it a little bit longer. All right. We good? Well, let's just do some more examples like this now that you see kind of how it works. So let's go L negative 15 squared M cube root of negative 3 cubed N fourth root of negative 2 to the fourth O the 2020 root of negative 2020 to the 2020. That's a good one. Go. Well, Logan, you can either see it now or see it later. Quite possibly. When you think you got it, go ahead and say done. I hear you, Dylan. All right. Well, Sasha says she thinks she's done. Sasha, on there's four problems. How many are you really confident in? Like, there's four questions. How many of them would you say, you know what? I'll bet $100 that I'm right. How many would you bet $100 on? Let me guess, Sasha. The one you would not bet the $100 on is O. All right, Sasha, give me L. What do you get? No, give me L first. So L is 15. L is 15. I agree. Give me M. M is -3. I agree. Give me N. N is 2. I agree. Now, what I want you to do is tell me why is L and N positive, but yet M is negative. Why? And this is open to anybody, right? Why is L and N positive? If you got L and N positive and you got M negative, why is it that L and N are both positive yet M is negative? Because I said so. Parenting Rules 101. Okay, so I like the way Mark said it. If the exponent's even, this negative sign will be absorbed in the even exponent, and the answer will turn out to be a positive number. If the exponent's even, the negative sign will be absorbed by that negative power, and this will be a positive number. So let me ask you this, Sasha. This is being raised to what power? Is it an odd power or an even power? So why is this one any different than this one or this one? And I think you realize the answer is it's not at all. And so what would the final answer be? The answer should be what? The answer should be 2020. Very good. Any questions on that? For 250,000 points. Go. How did I get 2? Where 2, baby? Oh, The fourth root and the 4 cancel, and this becomes a positive 2. For 250,000 points. Square root of x squared, go. I see you, Logan. I'm just ignoring you. Give me 1 second. None. All right, quick poll. Logan says the answer is X. Are you on Team Logan or are you on Team No Way? Jacquez. Jacquez. I don't know if y'all can see the screen, but one person picked Team No Way, and that one person was me. I don't know if that gives you an idea or not. Hey, Logan, in the world of trick questions, this is the trickiest of them all. It's the absolute value of X. You know that moment when you're like the criminal in the Scooby Doo. You're like, I would have gotten away with it except for those pesky kids. All right. X is the very number one wrong answer we see on this problem. The answer is the absolute value of X. Why? Because if this is an even power, this number has to be a positive number. All right. X has got to be a positive number. All right. That's one of those things that you never know it until you see it. I mean, when I was a student, I said X too. The difference is, Logan, I was arrogant too. I just knew for sure it was X. I proclaimed it to the world. Anybody wanted to hear it. But, I've seen the error in my ways. Questions, comments, concerns? Questions? Hello? Can you hear me? All right. Gavin's just chilling. Hey, Gavin, let's chill with this one. How about this? Let's find the domain. I love these problems. Of the square root of X. Tori, you know you like domain. Come on, Tori. Acting like you don't like domain. I know you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, hey, let me get up and work some domain questions real quick before I go back to sleep. Like, I know that's how you do, Tori. Tori, you're engaged, right? Did I hear you this weekend say you were engaged? It's a great Friday night. Your guy's like, hey, baby, what do you want to do? You can just be like, hey, honey, you want to find domain? You can pass all kinds of time with that, Tori. And it's cheap. Hey, Logan, it's a great pickup line. I'm just telling you. All right, what's the domain? What's the domain of the square root of X? If I say Y equals square root of X, I ask you for the domain. What's the domain? What do we know about the square root? The square root's got to be what? We've established that the square root's got to be positive, right? When we said the square root of negative 25, we said that was undefined. So the square root has to be a positive number or 0. Square root of 0 is also 0. And that's when it's kind of confusing to people. I'll say to them, what's the square root of 0? And people think that's undefined. No, the square root of 0 is 0 because 0 times itself is still 0. So the domain for the square root of X is going to be 0 to infinity. It's going to look like that. All right. Now, here's the question. We're going to call this example 1 and 2. How do I find the domain of X plus 7? What would that domain be? Okay. So if the square root of X is 0 to infinity, what will this one be? Good, Tori. It's negative 7 to infinity. Leela, negative 7 to infinity, not positive 7. All right, Sasha, go ahead and keep typing, baby. What you got? You can say it. Okay, good. So how do you find it? So you take the X plus 7 and you set it greater than or equal to 0. X is greater than or equal to negative 7. And you get negative 7 to infinity. Okay. So, how would you do this one? What would that one be? Just write done when you get it. Don't give me the answer just yet. Write done when you get it. Excuse me, I'm tired. Delin, what would you say? I mean, I know you're not confident. What would you say it is, though? All right, Delin. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Leela, what would you say, baby? Not quite. Ty, what would you say? Yeah, you're close. I mean, they're really close. Ty, what would you? Or Sasha? Go ahead. What did you get, Sasha? Yes, it is positive 6 to infinity. It is positive 6 to infinity. Let's take a look. You got to take 2x minus 12, set it greater than or equal to 0. You get 2x is greater than or equal to 12, x is greater than or equal to 6. So this is 6 to infinity. Okay. Now, I cannot stress to you enough. I cannot stress to you enough that we are setting this greater than or equal to 0. We are not setting it equal to 0. If you set it equal to 0, you're going to get that crap wrong. I'm telling you. I have my ways. I have my ways. If you set it equal to 0, I'm going to get you. All right. We need to set it greater than or equal to 0. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's go example 3. Y equals square root 2x minus 4. Let's go y equals 7x plus 1. And let's go y equals 8 minus x. Mark, I got these for you, baby. These are dedicated to you, Mark. I like the 2, but what's your final answer? You can't just put 2. You gotta give me something better than just 2. Nice. Nice. So for example 3, we're going to get 2 to infinity. How do we do it? We take this piece here and we set this greater than or equal to 0. So we get 2x is greater than or equal to 4. X is greater than or equal to 2. All right. Once you get that, you say the answer is 2 to infinity. All right. Now, who thinks they got the 4th one? Who thinks they got this one? The second example on the page, the example 4 as it's labeled. All right, go ahead, baby. What you got? Shelby, she's going to give me the answer. You tell me if you agree. Leela, I believe in you this time. Shelby. There you go. It is negative 1/7. So it's 7x plus 1 is greater or equal to 0. Subtract 1, subtract 1. 7x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Divide by 7, divide by 7. X is greater than or equal to negative 1/7. Negative 1/7 to infinity. All right. Who thinks they got the last one? Ty, how we doing, Ty? You got both of these, Ty? Okay, good. Jack West, how we doing, baby? They're all brackets, Sasha. They're all brackets. Okay. All right. Who thinks they got the last one? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? All right. Delin. Oh, baby, no, the infinity is in parentheses, honey. The infinity is parentheses. All the infinities are parentheses. It's the numbers that are brackets. Okay. I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the first number's bracket and the second number's parenthesis. Although, let's look at number 5. What do we get for number 5? Somebody that thinks they have it, just type it in. Sasha, what are you going to say? You agree with Shelby? Leela, why is it Leela, why is it negative infinity to 8? What would cause it to be negative infinity? That's it. When you do this, you get 8 minus x is greater than or equal to 0. You subtract 8, you subtract 8. Negative x is greater than or equal to negative 8. You divide by negative 1, you divide by negative 1. When you divide by a negative, this inequality has got to rotate. And it ends up shifting it the other way. And so the answer is negative infinity to 8. Negative infinity to 8. And that's where if you just set it equal to 0, you don't see that. Shelby, multiplying by negative 1 is the same thing. You still got to rotate the inequality. Whether you multiply or divide, it doesn't matter. If you multiply by a negative, you rotate the inequality. All right. All right. All right. So, all right, I'm done with this conversation for a while. Okay. And I'm done with it until Thursday when we review it. But everybody's got the idea? Questions? Ty, you good? Sasha, you good? Shelby, you straight? Tori? Logan, we're good? All right. I think I saw Jaquez, but I'm not sure if I saw Jaquez. Let me turn it around this way. I can maybe get a view of who's in here. Oh, no. He was here for a minute. All right. All right. We end with this. We won't spend a lot of time on it because we'll go over it again. But if you see 49 to the half power, I don't know that anybody, if you've never seen it, you'd have no idea what that means. But 49 to the 1/2 power means the square root of 49. Now, it's the square root of 49 raised to the first power. So what you would need to see here is, what you would need to see here is that this exponent is this exponent here. And that this bottom number here is the number that you have here. Now, you may be saying, well, I don't have a number there. You do have a number there. Just a reminder that this is a 2 if there's nothing there. If you don't see anything there, it's assumed to be a 2. Okay? So the bottom number goes for the index. The top number goes to the exponent. So this is 49 to the 1/2. It's simply the square root of 49, which is 7. Okay? So like, what's 25 to the 1/2? 25 to the 1/2 is 5. 25 to the 1/2 is 5. 36 to the 1/2 is 6. All right. Let's try 8 to the 2/3. Gavin, did you send me a phone number to do the verbal assessment? All right. Who thinks they got it? Who thinks they got it? Sasha, go ahead, baby. This is your moment, Sasha. Good shot. All right. How do you do this? How do you do this? This is the cube root of 8 raised to the second. The cube root of 8 is 2. 2 squared is 4. Okay. Any questions on this? All right. Now, all right. So I'm going to stop here. Please go through and look at section 7.1 and 7.2. There's a little more to the stuff that you just saw that I'm going to leave you to look at. If you want to watch a YouTube video, it is on section 8.2. On the YouTube videos, it's 1033. Playlist, it's section 8.2. So I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll pick up here. We'll review it, and then get into simplifying radicals. Any questions? You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Certainly want to thank everybody for logging on. I appreciate you getting up in the morning and doing that. I know it can be quite tedious getting up when you're still wanting to sleep, but I do appreciate everybody getting on and signing in and going through it. Okay. Just a reminder that the social distancing is working. I need you to keep keeping yourself safe, and we'll see you back here on Thursday. Any questions? I hope to go today, this afternoon. I got clearance to go to the college around 2 o'clock today. So I'll try to go pick up your test 3s. All right. Ty, what you got, baby? All right. Delenn, you good? What's your question, sweetie? Yes, Delenn. So on the in the grade book right now, you're going to see 2 test 4s. By the end of the semester, you'll only see 1 test 4. Okay, so your grade might be somewhat skewed because of that. But I got to get everybody through the verbal assessment, and get everybody to turn in the scratch paper. And then after I do that, then I'm gonna get rid of the test 4 that you took as the assessment. Okay. All right. Other questions? Alrighty. With that being said, Sasha says bye to everybody. I'll say bye to everybody as well. I hope you have a great day. Continue to keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. I love you all. We'll see you back here on Thursday, okay? Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. You be blessed.